All right, we're here on Monday, as we are every Monday, with Coach Bill Ferguson of the USC men's volleyball team, and there was some good, there was some not so good last week. Let's talk about the good first, the win over Santa Barbara. What did you like in that match?
Well, we took care of business, stuck to the game plan, and I thought played hard just about all the way through. We had a little bit of let up towards the end of the third set, but I thought we had a great match in just about every aspect. We had good production from all of our pin attackers, good production out of the middle. I thought we were solid blocking and solid on defense, and I thought we served pretty well. It was a solid effort all the way around. I think we did well in taking them out of their game plan.
Now going to Friday, it'll go down as a sweep, but let's look at it set by set. The first set was right there. You guys had a chance to really close it out. Why is it that you don't think at the end of the day you guys closed out that first set?
We were sloppy all the way around. We just finished watching that set in particular in video ad nauseum, and we were a little undisciplined on defense. We were a little undisciplined blocking. We were a little undisciplined passing the ball. A little undisciplined setting, and probably didn't take a few swings that should have been a little smarter. And that one was on us. We had playing, I think, below our capability. We still could have closed out that set, and I think we got frustrated, and that kind of bled into the second set, and I think we lost our poise in the second set, and kind of everything got away from us, and took about a third of the way through the third set to get back into it, and I thought we did a better job fighting, but still we were just sloppy, and I think we put the cart before the horse, and we're probably thinking about the result instead of the process, and we're going to get back to the process this week.
How hard is it with these young guys who obviously want to win games? Of course, when you have a team like UCLA coming down, to preach the process. How hard is that during the week of practices leading up to a match to preach that?
It's tough. I thought, it's a double-edged sword. The first few weeks of the season, we had 2 and 3, sometimes 4 days to get ready to our week of matches. The double-edged sword was it was hard to have a sense of urgency on our Monday practices. This was our first or second Wednesday, Friday week, and so we really only had one full day of practice on Monday. And when we had a great day of practice on Monday, you have to back off a little bit Tuesday to get ready for your Wednesday match. And I thought we had a great result. I thought we had as good a practice as we could on Thursday, but you get into a situation like that, and I just think we put the cart before the horse, and we'll get back to basics, and I don't think we'll talk about Pepperdine until probably maybe the end of the day, Wednesday or Thursday. We're going to spend the first couple days this week working on us and some of the things that we need to do better.
Before you and I talk about Pepperdine, let's talk about the first month of the season, 5-4, but those 4 losses are coming against 3 of the top teams in the country. How do you evaluate the team when you look at it? The schedule has not been easy for you guys the first 9 matches.
Well, I think it makes it easier to because we understand what the standard is going to be throughout the season. You've got BYU, UCLA, and Irvine, who have been the 3 best teams in the league. So up until this point, so we've got a good barometer of what we need to do, and by every stretch of the imagination, there were situations where a couple plays go a different way in some of those losses, and those matches could be totally different. So in that sense, it's great. We understand what the gold standard in our league is and how close we are, and the level that we have to play at to be one of the top teams in the league. And now, thankfully, we're done with BYU. We've got one more with UCLA at their place later in the season, and we've got Irvine at our place later in the season. So I think we've got a lot of getting better to do. Madison McKibben's getting healthy, which, he could help us at either outside or opposite. Tanner Jansen has been making huge improvements attacking, and we've harped on our right side attacking, so he's made a huge improvement there. We're getting some more stability out of Mahalski, and Carlson's getting some time outside, so we're starting to develop some depth in some positions. Ben Lamb's come in a couple times now to spell Robert Feathers and done okay. So the cool thing is we're building depth, we're getting experience, and we're learning what it's going to take to be there at the end. And I think we've got a good enough team and good enough pieces to be competitive at the end of the year, and we'll see if we can get them there.
With a whole week of practice this week, what are you expecting on Friday against Pepperdine?
I expect a much cleaner match by us. I expect much more disciplined play on on serve receive. I think the common theme was discipline. It's not like we're slacking off. It's just a matter of getting back to the basics and focusing on us in video and in the gym rather than focusing on the other team with the game plan. We've got to do some better things, passing with some technique and footwork, those kinds of things. We have to be more disciplined about being stopped on defense and setting up in better spots on the block and better movement on the block. So we'll hopefully get all that nailed down. Maybe serve a little tougher and a little better practice receiving serve against teams that are serving tough. That was the other thing is, now we've played two teams in Irvine and UCLA who go back and have some guys that can really crack it from the line and get you out of system. That's the last thing we got to do is be way better out of system.
And finally, on a little different note, the ceremony last Friday with Al Skates celebrating his 50th and final year. When you look at all the national championships, obviously you're coaching at a rival school, USC-UCLA rivalry there, but what do you think he's meant to the sport of collegiate volleyball?
Oh, he's done so much for us that I think goes unnoticed, with his work as an AVCA coach's rep and being an advocate for our sport with helping grow the game at other universities and helping grow the game nationally and just being an ambassador for the game of volleyball. He has done so much and helped so many people. I mean, when I was a young coach, he let me, observe, and I was in his gym for a couple of years and got to observe how they practice. So, just little things like that, I think are phenomenal things that Coach Skates has done. And, obviously he's brought some notoriety to the sport by their success. He's done everything back, in the early 70s, having the Japanese national team come in and scrimmage. And, they had 3,000 people, I think, at Poly, which prompted their athletic director to make it a major sport on their campus and therefore kind of help drive the sport of volleyball. So he's really meant a lot to a lot of people, and then just being a coach and mentor to all the players that have come through that program. If you see all of his players that are now in the coaching ranks, and heck, we've got one right here in Coach Nygaard. So the trickle down effect from what he's done is immeasurable.